When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. That just might work.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Michel Matters Podcast. I'm Jocks Michel.
And I'm Jackie Michelle.
Welcome back.
Hi.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Nothing.
We're not recording at our usual time.
We're recording on a Thursday night.
Yes.
Late, too. I'm already tired, but we finna thug through it.
Yeah.
We were recording early this week because Jackie's going out of town this weekend.
Yes. It's kind of like a sister trip.
Yeah. Going to Atlanta, one of my favorite cities.
Mm-hmm. It's always a good time.
Yeah, and I'm not used to it because we usually, this is rare for us. We're usually always together.
Yeah.
So.
What are you gonna do with that?
So sad. I'll be by myself.
Whatever.
Man, definitely putting the no coasters this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Putting my glass straight on the table.
Coasters. We don't even use the coasters like that.
Well, I'm definitely not using them this weekend.
Okay.
Feet going up on everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
The feet go up on everything already.
Hey, man. Let me dream, all right?
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, you're going to be gone for the weekend. I mean.
It's going to be me, my sister.
Anyway, you can have her.
Our friends Debbie and Lucy.
Yeah.
So basically, sister trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm finna be at the house by myself. But it's crazy because I feel like I'm super booked now. Ever since this all happened. Yeah, I mean, I haven't told you everything, but yeah, I got some work to do at the church Saturday. Yeah, and got a meeting Saturday, and everybody just wants to meet up and do things. Yeah. So I might,
And you already said you were gonna chef it up.
Oh yeah, I already got it planned out. Mm-hmm. My meals while you going. Cause Jackie acts like I'll die if she's not there to cook for me.
You wouldn't die, but you'll definitely starve.
Nah.
If I don't bring up hey, do you want to eat?
So you're gonna be like, oh, did you eat today? Come on, man. Anyway, so yeah, man. It's been an interesting 2 weeks since we last recorded. I've been doing this new thing in the morning now, trying to start a new morning routine.
You've been trying to get this whole house in a routine.
I'm not the whole house.
Yes.
I mean,
I feel the pressure.
You feel the pressure?
Yeah.
It's something different. I don't know why. I read an article maybe last week. And it's stuff.
The link so we can share it.
I'll try to find it. But yeah, it's I got it in my email. But it basically was just kind of, and it's something I've known for a while. Just successful people usually have a morning routine. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it makes sense because, it brings discipline and, you get a lot of organization done of important things in the morning. And it's just a good way to start the day. I think I tried to start last week and I did terrible. So then I regrouped, I came back and I started Monday. And it's been good. I'm waking up early and I won't give out the whole routine. But I've been adding meditation. I stretch in the morning. Mm-hmm. It's great. Not crazy, but it just, the little things I've added, I feel like it really changed the way my days have been going. And I really feel like I had a really productive week. So I think it's something I'm going to stick to, and hopefully I hold myself to it and you hold me to it. So
yeah.
But it's not like you're going to wake up anyway.
Shade. I feel like I've been trying to get on a routine too.
For me.
Yeah. I guess I was kind of on a routine, but not really. I made sure that certain things get done in the morning, but it's not an everyday thing, or if I can't get this done, then, I'll do that tomorrow and I'll swap this out with something else. But as long as I do 3 of the core things that I need to do. But I think the main thing for me is just actually getting up when the alarm goes off.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely
takes 15 minutes.
Yeah, I definitely put a little buffer in my alarm.
Yeah, you do.
But that's because
it's kind of been throwing me off because your alarm, I think I heard your alarm, and then when I checked my phone, it was like 4:53 or something weird, and I was like, "What is happening right now?"
Yeah, I mean, I always do that. Like anytime I have an alarm or like even like the clock in my car, I set it a little bit ahead.
Yeah,
just because I like to get
because then I think we're late.
So I kind of like.
But then we end up being late.
Adding my adding a little pressure to the situation. But yeah, the reason why I got to, at least for the morning, because once my alarm gets off and I start to roll, you be grabbing me, and I'm like, really? Don't even do it. Yeah, you never let me just like get out of bed. So I always gotta add a little time. Like, all right,
because it's warm.
Yeah, that's all I'm good for. No. But so yeah, and our wedding anniversary is coming up. Yeah. If for most people know, we got married in January, but our wedding was in July. So that anniversary is coming up, and we've been trying to find a way to take a little time, but with my new job, I don't necessarily have.
It's still a new job.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have vacation time, but I know I could take time, kind of, if I need it, but I just don't want to abuse it yet. Yeah. So I'm trying to be real strategic. We should go
out of the country, but then we're thinking maybe like just local.
Yeah, we'll probably do something like that at the end of the year or beginning of the next year, something like that.
On our actual anniversary.
Yeah, on our marriage anniversary.
Yeah. So what do you think about my thoughts for that weekend? So
my wife, the adventurous person that she is, she wants to go down to the Keys, which I'm cool with. I really like the Keys. But she wants to stay on a campsite and in an RV. Yeah. Now, that's not really my style. Yeah. Me, nah. I like luxury.
We can roast the food outside. See, nah. On the
I'm bougie in that way. Like,
but it's not it's a bougie it is nice. RV though.
It is the RV. They call it glamping. Yeah. So it's like glamorous camping. Right. But even just the amping part of it is just not me. Like, I ain't with it. I'm very bougie about where I lay my head. I'm very bougie about where I take a shower.
And I am too, but that's why I bring like sandals.
No, you're right. So if, like, but my feet don't touch. I don't like to think. Like, I have to think before I take a shower. Like, I just like to take a shower.
The same amount of people that's been in there, probably like 4 times as much have been in like a fancy resort.
But so I have security in my mind of hotels. But I mean, I've been considering it. I showed it to a couple of people, just like
you did.
Yeah. I didn't tell you. But I showed a couple people at work. Ooh. Some people who I feel like, I mean, you know, my guy Vinny and whatnot.
What do you say?
But see, I forgot I asked the wrong people.
Because he would do it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Like, to him, that's like the perfect vacation. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, we not the same.
We can go fishing.
Nah, I like to check in when I go to a hotel.
Like fishing?
Yeah, I mean, I would fish, but I mean, I could leave my hotel and go fish. Like,
but then we wouldn't do that.
You're right, but either way, we want to go to John Penny Camp, I believe is the name. It's a park down there. You can go like snorkeling. Huh?
That's where I think it is.
No, it is. I looked it up. Oh, okay. Yeah, the campsite's like a couple minutes from John Penny Camp, and they have like snorkeling and all type of water stuff and fishing and whatnot. So that's the kind of stuff we like to do in summertime. We figure we get into something like that. Just to celebrate, you know, what is that, 4 years?
5.
Nah, since the wedding anniversary?
Oh, since the wedding.
Come on, man.
No, 5 is in January.
I know. You off. But yeah. So we'll see. We'll let you know how that goes. They're planning on that. Yeah. I mean, wherever we do, we'll still probably record anyway. Right. From wherever we're at.
Yeah. Or we'll just record before.
Yeah. Like this. So yeah, you got anything? I don't.
I think that's it. We've just been busy. Yeah. Working. Side projects.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So. All right. So again, we always say this: subscribe and rate us on iTunes, And you can send us comments on SoundCloud or on the gram at Jackie I Michelle and Twitter at Coach_JOX. And we actually did have a lot of comments.
Yeah? I never checked the comments.
Or not a lot, but like enough that it's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And of course, I don't have it pulled up. But
this guy.
So, on the episode 12, You Good, which is when we talked about mental health, therapy, and counseling, Giselle commented, yes, money makes life easier and less stressful, but happiness, And that was to the listener question that we got.
Yeah.
Is if money can make you happy. And then Jennifer Dorsonville commented, there's a difference between happiness and joy. So I feel like that's an interesting topic just because like people get the two mixed up.
Yeah.
And they are good points. I mean, money makes life easier. And then of course, like happiness is very emotions based. So you could have money today and be happy. You can have money tomorrow and not be happy. Like it just depends on, you know, what's going on, I guess, around you. But yeah, it's a pretty big conversation that could spout off of that. Maybe we could do another episode on that. But you, since I guess our wedding anniversary is coming up, you wanted to talk about that. Yeah,
let's go into the Michel Matter.
Some things to me, or you do some things to me. My love is deeper than your pain, and I believe you can take, baby. The ups and downs are worth it. Long way to go, but we're working. We're flawed, but we're still perfect for each other.
Okay, so for this week, since kind of the last episode was kind of heavy, we talked about mental health and, you know, just a lot of different like tough topics. I figured we'd do something like light this week. So since it is close to our anniversary, I figured we'd do like a story time kind of thing and kind of go back and look at just that whole period of from getting the ring to like the end of the honeymoon.
Okay.
So I guess, and especially because this story, like a lot of people know, you know, they hear bits and pieces of it. But I always find it interesting, like when you hear both sides of certain situations.
Yeah.
So, and I know my side is always a little more accurate since you have terrible memory.
It starts with your side.
Yeah.
Anyway. So,
yeah.
I mean, I didn't have nothing to do with that.
You don't. So, I think where do I start?
How did you know that it was time to get a ring?
How did I know? I'm trying to remember. Like, I think I had actually been talking about it with one of my friends, Pat. Like, we were having a conversation one day.
Really?
Huh?
You talked to him first?
He wasn't the first, but I legit remember a conversation we had one day, and we were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, I've been thinking about it. Just, I guess, because it's always been like a thought on my mind. Like, if you would have asked me in college, I thought we was gonna get married like as soon as we graduated college.
Yeah, that would have been not
yeah,
good.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been, but that was like
apparently your plans were, as soon as we graduated, you were gonna propose.
Yeah, I was trying, you know, lock them up, but nah, it didn't go like that. But yeah, we started having conversations, and I'm trying to remember the order, but Sap was already engaged. I want to say my other friend was too, but I can't remember. So they kind of had they were engaged, so they had a little more experience. Like I remember, I went with one of them to go buy his ring, buy the ring or whatever. So I was like, okay.
You trying to keep all identities?
I'm trying to, keep it as low key as possible. Some people probably get it, but whatever. Okay. So we went to I can't remember this, Littman's. I think the store is called Littman's. It's in the mall, in Aventura Mall. Okay. If I got the name wrong, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they switch stores around, so I don't even know if it's...
Yeah, it was because one of my best man, Sap, his cousin works there.
Okay.
So I figured, she'll hook us up or hook me up at the time. And I had went with my friend to get his ring. And I mean, it wasn't a hookup, but I just remember like the price, and I kind of froze. I was like, oh my God. Like, it's one of those, like, you got to call your bank to and that's exactly what happened. He had to literally call his bank. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. But yeah, so we went to the mall, and she was showing me rings. Like, I kind of knew what I wanted. Like, I knew for sure it was going to be rose gold, because like I feel like we had talked about it a bunch.
Well, that's just what I wear.
Yeah.
I don't really wear jewelry, but you knew I like jewelry.
So, but that's the thing. Like, that's like one of the underrated parts of the whole process is like, you don't know. Like, you taking a gamble. Like, you hope, like, because they always say, oh, she's going to like it no matter what. I think that's a lie.
Yeah,
but,
I think it's a lie.
Yeah, because they be like, oh, I want my ring upgraded. So you didn't like it? But
I don't think that's why, though.
I think sometimes it is.
No, I think sometimes, like, let's say we are who we are now, and then, 20 to 30 years later, it's like,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well then, how about
like I don't even believe in like Valentine's Day. I'm not re-upping a ring. Like,
nah, I like my rings.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, we went into the store and like I didn't really see anything I liked. So we ended up leaving, and
you was trying to buy something that day.
Yeah, like I was ready. Like in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna go, and then. So, and the thing is, like, I went in with no game plan. I didn't have a budget. I was just like, in my mind, like, I'm not. They tell you, you gotta have, what is it, like 3 months salary or whatever.
I don't know.
That's like the rule of thumb is like 3 months salary. But then when I like add up the math, I was like, nah, I don't know. I was like, is that before tax or after tax? Really? Because that's a grip. But I mean, depending on what you do.
Yeah, what you make.
Yeah, so then we ended up not getting it, and I was like, okay. And then, that was another thing. I had to find out your ring size, because that's another thing. Like, I didn't really put into the equation. They don't tell you this, but you gotta like kind of know these things before you go get it. And it's like, how do you do it in a non-sneaky way? Especially for somebody who don't wear jewelry,
right? So
I don't know why. I mean, I asked your best friend. And she gave me a number. I don't know, like, how do people just know their ring size?
Well, maybe I don't remember how she came up with the number. But maybe she measured herself. Maybe. And then, like, just my fingers are, like, really skinny.
Yeah.
And, like, just.
Plus or minus.
Yeah.
I mean, either way. So, I remember she gave it to me. And then, so I went another day. I went with my brother and my sister. They went with me shopping. We went to was it? Man, I can't remember. No, we went to K's first because I was in the mall and I didn't like nothing they had. So then we went to some other store that I didn't like nothing, and then finally, like on the way back, I was like, "Oh, there go Jared's." Like I always hit a commercial, like he went to Jared's. So I'm like, let's go to Jared's. And then that was part of the thing too. Is like not everybody had rose gold rings, right? So I went in and I was like, oh yeah, I want a rose gold ring. And then like I knew they was gonna sauce me because the dude didn't even like rush. He was like, oh, before we get to that, he was like, would you like some coffee and some cookies? I was like, no. I want to get a ring. But my brother and sister were there. They're like, yes, we want coffee.
And London too, right?
Yeah, no, I don't remember if London was there. Yeah, London was there.
Judy said she
London
went
was
to the
there.
playroom. So
I went there, and it's like, to me, this is like buying a car. You need, you need the forces with you. Yeah. So I go, and from jump, I lost my brother and my sister to coffee and a playroom. So I'm over there sitting with this dude, and he's showing me all these rings, and they trying to sell you like the most expensive thing. Yeah. So finally, like, I gave my little customization. I was like, nah, I want that cut. I want that. And I'm like, I ain't know no better. I just feel like I'm on the Nike ID store, just like, nah, take that off, add that. We ended up coming out with, you know, exactly what I wanted. And then at first, he tried to give me like this real small rock. And I was like, nah. And then he kind of, the way he said it was like, oh, you know, I wasn't sure what your budget was. I was like, man, hey, like, I'm not trying to spend the most, but I ain't trying to be like, you know, terrible with it. So I was like, man, show me something. So,
because you know people will be like, oh my gosh, let me see the ring.
And
okay, that's cute.
See, yeah, I don't want cute. I want, man, how did you get your hand in your purse? Like that's what I wanted. So then he rang it up because at first the first I'll be honest, you probably know the first one I chose. Then he rang it up and I was like, do you have a one size smaller? I was like, let's go with the option under that one, just under that one. So then we got it, and then he rang it up, and I had never done anything with credit. I think this is like the first thing I ever did with credit, because I had just bought a car not too long before.
Right.
When my dad had co-signed with me on the car. So, but still, all he did was sign. I paid everything, whatever. So then I was like, I don't have as much, so I put something down. And I got the ring. I feel like I'm wasting too much time on this part, but yeah. So I want to say I got the ring in like August, September, something like that. So, and when you look back, like I didn't propose until November.
Yeah. So
I held that ring for a minute.
But I think it's because, well, I don't think you knew.
That you knew?
Kind of.
You knew.
I didn't know.
And I know who snitched, but
No. I didn't know
it.
you had it, but I knew it was coming eventually. Because like most of our conversations obviously were like future talks.
If you're not married yet, I'm gonna tell you right now, don't trust her friends. That's it.
No. The only thing she said was,
I didn't say no names. You said she said.
The only thing she said was,
I didn't say no names.
I didn't say any names either. Only thing she said was, what's your ring size again?
So you just giving it all away, but that's not who I think. Whatever. But
no, that's really what happened. And
I know who the other mole was,
like,
but I don't blame her.
And even then, it was like the ring was still a little too big.
Yeah.
So we had to size it twice. But
all right, you skipping steps.
No, but then my mom. It was when you went to go talk to my parents.
So let me tell that story. So, I feel like, you know, it's one of those things that I always thought, man, it's not gonna be no problem. Just go ask. Man, I think I don't know a time, except for that one time when I was a kid and I froze on stage, I've ever been so nervous to talk to someone. So I remember I left work early. I don't know why. Like, I felt like I had to leave work early to go do it. I pull up to Jackie's parents' house. Way there.
How you knew my dad was in town, I have no idea.
I don't even remember. But I knew I had it all set up. So I pulled up, and the way their parents' house work, like they gotta let you into the gate. They have like a little clicker to open and close the gate. Okay. Oh my god! I ain't giving nobody your address. I just said they gotta open the gate.
All right.
Just so you know, when you go to somebody's house, they have to open the door too.
Keep going.
But so they open the gate, they let me in or whatever, and I go in and I talk, and then of course I don't know why, but they like made me sweat. They was like, "Oh, go sit in the living room," like because your mom was there, and then she went to go get your dad. So she told me to just go sit in the living room till she got your dad.
She says that to everybody.
I know, but you gotta understand, I'm nervous. Like, you sitting in the doctor's office just waiting. Like, so I'm just sitting there in the living room just waiting. So they came, and then I know I was fumbling. I was probably stuttering, and I was like, I want to take your daughter's hand in marriage. And then, like, I was expecting a conversation. Isn't that? Her dad was just like, okay.
No, he said, if she wants to.
Yeah, like, but it was super easy. Like, it was super basic. They ain't really like.
Well, what did you think they were gonna say?
Grill me, crush me. Like, how much money do you make? What do you plan on doing? Where y'all gonna live? Like, nothing. I feel like
he asked you that though.
Like, it was
afterwards.
Yeah, after. But I'm thinking it's gonna happen in the moment. So we had a whole conversation, and I felt good about it. So I was ready to leave, and then the same thing. Like, when you leave the house, they gotta let you out of the gate. So I walk out, and I'm waiting for the gate to open, and the gate never opened. I was just like, yo, what? So I had to go back in the house like, can y'all let me out?
They were probably talking about
I know. I was like, it was just a crazy day.
Yeah.
And I think, and you said your mom told you after that, right?
So I want to say like the day or 2 days after. I'm obviously at the time I lived with them, and I'm getting ready for work, you know, putting my lunch in my bag and all that stuff. And she's like, you know, Jocks came the other day. And I was like, okay, you're not supposed to tell me. You're not supposed to tell me. Like, and then she's like, but like, it was good. I'm like, all right, Mom, thanks.
Oh, that was the one thing. I showed them the ring. They liked the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had the ring. So yeah, I don't
think I knew that.
Yeah. And then I don't remember the order, but I told my parents, which was weird, because my little girl I don't know. So I told, I remember she was sitting down in the living room and watching TV, and I came and I sat next to her, and I just tried to play it cool, like I was watching TV too, and then I just like turned to her, I was like, Mom, I got something to tell you. She was like, what? Because we don't have these conversations in my house. So I was just like,
God. Well, you hopefully only have that conversation once.
I mean, but we don't have like, I got to tell you something conversations.
Okay.
We're not cool like that. So I was like, I bought a ring and I'm going to propose to Jackie. I feel like it was the longest, like maybe 3 seconds of silence. She just like stared at me, and then she cut off the TV and she asked me to repeat it. I was like, Mom, you heard what I said. And then I think part of it was she kind of knew, like,
she knew. Just
like what your parents, like, it wasn't really a question. It was more a statement.
Yeah. You
like,
just letting them know.
I'm going to marry your daughter, and I'm going to marry Jackie. And I don't know, she felt like I was being grown, like, but I was being grown.
That's a grown man decision.
See, yeah, I was like, you're not gonna ask for my opinion? Like, nah, I think I got this one.
I mean, you can tell me your opinion.
Yeah, I think I got this one. But so yeah, and I think at that time I definitely had came up with how I was gonna do it, because we were about to go on a cruise, and
with your sister.
Yeah, with my sister.
Our sister.
With my sister. Fine, you can have her. I really don't care. But so we went on a cruise to the Bahamas, and honestly, when I got it, I thought I was gonna wait until we got to the first island. But I had the ring for so long, I just couldn't wait anymore. And that first night that we got on the ship, I want to say it was like midnight. I like woke you up out of your sleep, and I was like, hey, let's go. And I had kind of scouted the ship a little bit, so I kind of saw a place on the boat that I would go. And then I took her up to like the top of the boat. Yeah. And it was midnight. Jackie was in her pajamas.
It was super dark.
Yeah, it was like you could see stars. Like it was in the middle of the ocean. And then I don't remember a word that I said. I really don't remember nothing. I remember being nervous, like in every couple steps, like I kept tapping my pocket to make sure it was still there. like first of all, that's a hell of an investment.
Yeah, and like a basketball short pocket.
Yeah, I was like, if I lose this, I'm done. So I don't remember a word. I just remember being up there and getting down on one knee, opening the box and asking, would you marry me? And of course, in Jackie fashion, you said,
of course.
Of course. She don't say yes. She said, of course. That's when I know it's real.
Honestly, I didn't even know what the ring looked like when we were up there.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. You was crying. No, you didn't really cry. I was watery, though. Definitely misty. It wasn't allergies. I know it wasn't allergies. I'm really
not that emotional.
But you cried that night, though.
I did. No, I did cry that night. But not at that moment.
Yeah. Because I don't know why, but I remember after it, we went and got pizza. Like, it was midnight. And then
that's when I really got a good look at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. Like,
I think we saw, I don't know if it was a couple that we saw earlier in the night, and we were like, yeah, we saw them earlier in the day.
I think he like was at our dinner
table. At our dinner. They sat at our dinner table. And like, we're engaged. And it was like, where? Like, we just saw y'all. But yeah. So I think that was just an interesting time because
interesting for you. I mean for both of us, but I feel like you had to go through more.
Oh
emotions.
Yeah, like I wouldn't do it again.
I mean, hopefully.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't do it again. But like, I feel like it was so much like to it. Like, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of all the extraness.
Okay,
of it.
But what about like for other guys who are thinking about?
Oh, they gotta go through it.
That next.
They gotta go through it.
No, but I mean, like, what would you advise? Like, what's going through your mind? How do you calm your nerves?
I think the first part is, I know this sounds like counterintuitive, but like, don't overthink it, because I feel like maybe I could have done it earlier, just even the whole process of buying a ring. But like, if you keep talking to yourself, like, you'll talk yourself out of it every time. Like, if you overthink it, some things just don't need to be. I don't want to say it needs to be like, just go ahead and do it. But like, there's sometimes when you just know, and sometimes overthinking it, you know, all you're doing is giving yourself reasons not to do it.
Right.
Like, nah, I don't have enough money yet, or because that was like the biggest concern our parents had. Like, oh, you guys, not biggest, but like,
not my parents.
You know, you should. Nah, they kind of. You don't want to save more money.
Just your mom.
Yeah.
She was like, you gonna be able to take care of her.
Yeah.
I think that was her concern.
Because to my mom, like, that's embarrassing. Like, if your son like fails at this, like, she wanted me. You sure you good? You good? I was like, yeah. I kind of felt like I had it at the time.
I don't have no choice.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, I mean, advice that I'll give to somebody in that moment. If you're gonna do the ring, do it right? Like, there was this viral photo going around of this girl, like, she put up a picture of their engagement ring, and literally, like, you gotta squint. Like, it was bad. The ring was too small, so her finger was being suffocated.
No, the thing is, like, okay, it wasn't the right size on her, but like, it was at least 2 sizes too small.
Yeah.
So it was cutting her. Like, if you look at the picture, it looks like
her finger. It looked like an 8, like the middle. Yeah. Like, it just sucked in. But like her finger looked snatched.
She said that, you know.
I mean, maybe when they resized it looked good, but it just was too small. And then I don't want to, you know, disrespect the diamond or whatever that was, but
it was a pearl.
It was a pearl. Mm-hmm. It was baby. It was definitely a baby pearl. Maybe they had it on. I don't know.
Oh my god!
It looked like it came out of Kri8ed GFX. Okay. But anyway, if you're gonna do it right. Yeah. Do something. But I guess it's one of the things, like, do something because you don't know for sure. You think your lady would like. I don't think the woman should have complete control, because there's some people like, go pick out your ring. Like, I don't know. For me, I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it. Giving her something from my mind that I felt like she would like.
Yeah.
I just felt sus. It was a moment. You don't do it more than once, hopefully. So like, I mean, I wouldn't do it again, of course, but you got to go through it. Everybody got to go through it.
But not necessarily.
Nah, I mean, if you're gonna do it, you got to go through it. You gotta talk to her parents. You gotta get there. Like, I remember when my other friends did it. Like, it's you know, it's a process.
It's a moment.
Yeah, you gotta trust the process, man.
Yeah.
Are
we even gonna go into the rest?
Nah, I don't think we need a tutor. I mean, we could kind of do just, I don't know if we talked about it too much, just the wedding of it. I mean, we did, but like, the whole process was interesting, and I to this day, I tell anybody, even when we got to the wedding, like, even I was surprised. Like, I was like, Jackie did a real good job. Like, I didn't know half the stuff that was gonna be there. I mean, I remember, but I don't. Like, I had no idea what it was gonna look like.
Yeah.
So you definitely did a great job with that. But as far as like the story, yeah, I think that was it. Like, it's a process, you know, figuring out to go get the ring, getting the ring, proposing, talking to your parents.
Do you think that's why a lot of guys don't want to go ahead and like propose?
No,
because it's such, or you make it sound like it's such a process. For me, I just thought it was okay. Let me go find something cute, you know, and then
something cute.
Well, something nice that she's gonna like.
That's what. But stop right there. I think that's underrated. Like, that's right. A lot of pressure
because you don't really know what.
Like we don't go shop for jewelry like that.
Yeah, and then especially now, it's kind of like this, you know, social media age.
Yeah, so everybody gonna see it.
Like
you got to give her something she could post.
The ring, but like now people posting like proposals.
Nah,
and
I ain't
stuff.
doing all that.
And
I ain't doing all that. Like I consider that like a private or a public proposal because I thought about that. But just the nature of our relationship, like I didn't think
we're very private.
I don't think you would have minded a public proposal.
I would have minded.
You would have?
I think so.
Oh.
Because you got to, like, once it's public, it's like, okay, you got to make sure your nails done. I don't think my nails were done.
No, of course not.
No, because it's never
No, they were. I remember. I feel like they were. Because you put a picture up and they looked done.
Yes, but they were, like, it was chipped nail polish.
Anyway.
I remember that because I, like, did my own nails before the cruise. But anyway. Like, you got to make sure, like, you're put together. Now you got to have a beat face. You got to have your hair done.
Yeah.
Like, if it's public, you know?
I mean, when I mean public, I mean just, like, in front of our family.
Yeah,
I don't think,
like,
you think you still got to do all of that?
Yeah, because then you got pictures. Yeah. Like, people have their phones out.
Yeah. I mean, it's a whole new, like, everything now is, like, is it post-worthy? Like, everything has to be post-worthy. Right. Like, kids doing their prom proposals and all of that. That's like, crazy. If they do that for prom, what you gonna do when you get married?
Exactly. Yeah.
Could it be me? Couldn't be me.
So that's why. Do you think all of that comes into play when, like, for guys?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that process, I don't think is the deterrent. I just think it's the finality of it. Like, people think that's the end. Like we read there was a quote going around. I don't know if it happened if we talked about last podcast where it's like men lose power when they get married.
Oh gosh.
And it's a dumb quote. I'm not even gonna repeat it. But yeah, it's like I think there is a fear in that, like, for some men. And you know, is it FOMO, fear of missing out? You think once you get married, I mean, that's it. Like, you won't see another woman. You won't be with another woman.
Yeah.
And if you do, you know, it's gonna have to be in secret.
Right.
So, I mean, I think that's what stops people. But I guess, see, it sucks because you kind of knew. But I was gonna say, like, how surprised were you when it happened?
I was pretty surprised.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the thing too. Like, because I don't want to say I pump fake, but we had a date where I feel like you thought I was gonna propose and I didn't.
We did.
I remember. Yeah.
No, I don't remember that.
Because you were mad too. I felt like you were mad.
I feel like it was. I thought it would be before you actually proposed.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay.
Because I think there was a point where
what size I am.
So I knew somebody told me that you knew about the ring, so I was like, dang. So I held on to it for a little bit longer. Like, I was like,
what difference does if I know about it?
I just feel like I didn't want to give you that satisfaction.
But I really didn't know.
It don't matter. Like, you knew. The person told me, they're like, Jackie knows that you have the ring.
Whoever told you gotta tell me who this person is.
Look, man, I don't reveal my sources. I keep it, close to the chest.
It's done.
It is, but I don't want you looking nobody sideways.
I'm not, but I really didn't know. Like, whoever told you, they lied to you.
Hey, man,
I just had an feeling because obviously my mom was like, "Hey, he came over."
Yeah, your mom's a snitch, but
my mom tells me
is a
everything.
snitch.
She tells me everything. So, but yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. No, I didn't think that you were gonna propose on the cruise because we were with your sister. And
yeah,
London,
that was awkward too, but
and London was like 3. Like, it wasn't like some romantic like getaway.
Yeah, don't say it like that. But
no, it was awesome. Like, we did our own things. You know, they did their mother-daughter thing and stuff like that. But I was like, I mean, we're sharing a room. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't really cross my mind. Maybe if it was a couple's trip or I mean, it was my birthday weekend or like my birthday party or something like that. Then I would have been like, yeah, maybe I should get my nails done. Like, But I really didn't think so.
But you didn't think we was going out of the country? Like, I feel like that's a perfect time.
No, I thought, hey, this is a nice little vacation.
Yeah.
Why not?
Anyway.
But, I mean, it worked out. You did a good job.
It worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out. I had no choice. It had to work out.
What do you mean?
I mean, what was going to happen? You were going to say no?
No, I'm saying, like, the whole process worked
out. Oh, I mean, yeah. Cause
you knew, obviously, I was going to say yes.
Yeah.
That wasn't the problem.
It wasn't. It wasn't. But it was, the whole thing is like, will she be happy with the way this went down? Like, will she like the ring? Will she like the way I proposed? Like, all that stuff is like underrated factors that men have to think about.
I like traveling. I like being in pajamas, and I like pizza. So I don't. I
mean, the pizza was kind of a wild card. We didn't really plan that. It was like one of the only things that was open at the time.
Because it was super late.
Yeah.
But yeah. I like it.
I don't think men get enough credit for how much work that takes.
I feel like you don't really share the story like after you're married. Like people don't really ask.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Because it just seems so like normal. Like, oh, you went to dinner, you proposed, then you got married. Yeah. Well, people like the wedding. They don't really care for the engagement. But I feel like the engagement, just the whole process, like knowing when you're gonna get the ring and all that, like it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But and I it just some thought into what happened in the process and what that's like. So just some light after last week's or last episode's topic.
Yeah.
So I think that was pretty good.
Hopefully y'all not scared to put a ring on it.
Yeah.
If it's a healthy.
And if you're going to do it, if you're really thinking about it, shoot me a text, hit me up, and I'll kind of walk you through it. Some do's and don'ts.
Really?
Yeah. These jewelry people are thieves, man. And I remember specifically this lady, I don't know if she's like not testing me, but when I, after I bought the ring, when she was ringing it up, she was like, ooh. She was like, that rose gold looks good on that chocolate skin.
Oh my God.
I was like, man, I don't know if you saw me, but she gassed me. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is the one.
That's why you wanted to.
She gassed me. Too. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah. All right. So let's get into some listener questions.
Keeping it real with these people, right? Lucky I ain't cute you when I met that.
Yeah, I know how I met her. We broke up and got back together. To get her back, I had to sweat her. Y'all can make her with a bag, I had to change the weather. Move the whole family west, but it's whatever.
In a glass house, still throwing stones.
Hover.
Jesus, watch the lawn.
Okay, this is the Listener Matters portion. And of course, you can email us at michelmatters@gmail.com with all of your comments or questions. So I think you got most of the questions this time.
Yeah, I got both questions. So the first one actually came up during I went out with one of my friends and he was like, oh, I got a question for the podcast. So he kind of told me on the spot, and it was, do we think that a difference in religion or religious beliefs would have impacted our relationship? I'll let you go first.
What?
Well, let me, I guess I phrased it two different ways, the religion or religious beliefs, because the way you put it was also if the two people say they're both Christian, but they have different views in Christianity.
Right.
Like one of the topics we talked about was church attendance. And if one person didn't necessarily prioritize church attendance and the other one did,
would that work for us?
Yeah. Would that have worked for us?
No.
Yeah.
There are some things, I mean, I know people who, like I've had coworkers and even friends who don't believe the same things as their spouse or mainly boyfriend or girlfriend. And like, I mean, for them, I guess it works. Not because I can only take what they tell me and, mind my business with that. Like, but for me, I don't think it will work if I'm the one, because at some point, like one of us is gonna start dragging the other to church.
Yeah.
Or like saying, hey, like you need to come with me or whatever. Like, why not get all of that stuff squared away before?
And I actually kind of brought up that same thing as far as like, it could be that, or it could be the other way. It could be you stop going to church
altogether. Yeah.
Because your partner doesn't go. Because I brought up the example of like, okay, so say maybe there's a Sunday where I don't feel like getting up and going to church. I can count on you to pull me in the right direction.
Hopefully.
to go to church that week, that day, or whatever. But if I didn't want to go and you already don't go, I ain't going.
Right. And
then that could become, you could get comfortable in that. And it's, you know, the analogy of it's easier to bring down, to pull down, and to pull up. You could get dragged down into maybe a area of your life where you don't want to be at.
See, I never thought of it that way. Like, just like, let's say it's two Christians, but one of them wants to go to church and the other one doesn't. Mm-hmm. I was thinking more like, you know, one is a Christian and the other is...
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. That's usually what you think of. But I could see how, or even different like doctrinal beliefs, like how you feel about things like, you know, tongues or just different things like that, like the way people worship.
That we don't agree on, but it's not like fundamental stuff.
Yeah, it's not gonna. It won't impact our relationship in that way.
Yeah.
But I do think, and I see how it could. But it's all conversation. I think it's all stuff that you can work out, hopefully, or should figure out before you get too deep into a relationship. Because religion is one of those topics that people like to shy away from sometimes. But I think it'll definitely rear up. Like if you wait and it just.
Yeah, I feel like if you're with somebody, how can you not talk about that?
I mean, you'd be surprised.
If it's a major part of your life.
Yeah.
Like what you believe is, how you navigate your life. So how does that not come up?
Yeah. I mean, and if the person isn't willing to, hopefully, like, if it's something that would better them, if they're not willing to, progress in a positive way with it, then maybe that's just a sign for you, like, that's not the person for you. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely a conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah.
In a relationship. And because I could definitely see that being a big problem, especially like, even if it's not once you're married, once you start bringing like kids and stuff into the equation, then things like that could really play a big part. Because then it's going to be, which parent do I follow?
Yeah. Or they just don't follow anything. Or just like, I don't know.
But it could
like a mixture of the two.
Yeah.
And they create their own kind of
religion. Yeah. It could be slippery. Yeah. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Or they're going to be like, are you going to be taking your kid to church with you? Or is the kid going to stay home with the other one? Like, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have worked for us.
Yeah,
I guess
I know, so it wouldn't work.
Yeah, in that scenario.
So, all right. The second question was, what do you do when you outgrow your friends? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a real one.
You cut them off.
Yeah, but that's not always easy. So I understand.
I mean, I didn't say it was easy, but what needs to be done needs to be done.
But it's like, what's the proper way? Do you like ghost them? Like, do you just...
I think sometimes it just happens naturally.
But what if, like, because I'm assuming this question comes from, it's not a subconscious thing. It's like a very conscious effort. Like, I'm done with this person. Like, because maybe it didn't happen. It was happening gradually, but then maybe you just, when you really realize it and you're okay with it, and it's like, okay, now how do I go about it? Because when it happens naturally, I mean, it just happens. But
I feel like you have never been in this situation.
Me?
Mm-hmm. Unless it's like you're talking about like your elementary and middle school type friend, like my friends. Those just
I got a couple like that
you don't really ghost each other. You just you just maneuver through life differently after middle school. Like,
but there are certain people like I don't necessarily like reach out to, and it's not like oh, I just forgot about that person. Like, I don't think I need to go back to that. Like,
yeah,
like it's just.
I don't feel like I've outgrown. I don't know. Outgrow is an interesting word.
Yeah, the way you put it is like it's kind of like they're still kind of
cool.
Yeah, like I used to enjoy some of the things that they do, and they just never matured, or
they're just not in the same space.
Yeah, it's like, so what do? Do you ignore them, or? I
think your friendship is just at a different level at that point. Like, you're just not in the same, like, you could still be cool, you could still be friends, but you're not gonna be moving the same way. Like,
I mean, I have a couple friendships like in my mind. Personally, I gotta think of like, it's not that I don't appreciate them. I just, I keep it moving. If we happen to have something that we need to talk about, or something that comes up, or you reach out to me, like it's your birthday or something, I'm gonna reach out. But I don't excommunicate people. I don't like cut them off because they were my friends for a reason. It's not that they're not good people anymore. It's just we're in two different stages of our life. So,
right.
I just keep you there. But no, because it's hard to drag people around when you're in different stages of your life.
Yeah.
So I just keep you there. Like, you want to stay there? That's cool.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
What?
Because we're talking about, in this instance, it's like outgrow. So clearly you're like in a different place.
Yeah.
I feel like that happens a lot in your 20s, probably.
I mean, it does. Like, this is where y'all start separating. The kids that you were cool with in high school, right? Either they progressed or they didn't. And maybe you did. I don't think I've
ever like really outgrown somebody, though. I think most of my friends, like, if we're not friends anymore, then I had to cut you off for some reason.
Yeah.
Because you cutting up.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is, I guess, just don't be a jerk about it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not cool with somebody, it's because the thing is, it doesn't even sound like you're not cool with them. You just don't vibe with them on that level anymore. Just, I don't think it has to be like, consider like if you see them walking, you crossing the street, like type thing. No. But don't be like, I guess don't be like bougie about like, it's not that you're better than them, because I think it could come off like, to try not to come off that way, like, and just be prepared though, if the conversation does come up, like, hey, we don't really talk as much. Right. Like, be prepared with like how you gonna handle it.
Yeah. So I think if they start asking questions, like, hey, I thought we was gonna meet up on Saturday, or stuff like that, and you're just kind of like, honestly, like, you
because then you can't lie. You can't lie at this point.
The time to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I think, just be like, oh, I outgrew you. Like, you're not where I am. Like that. Like, no. But just be like, this is what I'm working on. This is what I'm trying to do with my life.
Yeah, that's where you got to be a politician about it. But
I don't know.
I just feel like that's the point that it becomes an issue, because eventually, if that was your friend, it'll come up.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we haven't been talking as much, and I've had that uncomfortable conversation before with people.
I don't think I have.
Just once, really, and I kind of let them know why we don't really talk as much. And then let the chips fall where they may. But definitely just don't be phony about it.
No.
I guess that's my.
If it comes up, I feel like in this situation it's gonna be like a natural separation. Yeah. Most likely. But if the other person or one of the people keeps reaching out and it comes up, then you have to be honest. Yeah,
because then you have situations people be like, oh. Because the worst thing is, and I told us the other day with someone, is like when someone thinks that y'all friends, but y'all not really friends like that no more. And it's sad when you see them maybe on social media or something like, oh, my best friend so-and-so, and you just sitting there like, I've had that conversation like, look, man, you're not my best friend. Yeah. So,
that I know.
Yeah. So it's just be ready to have that conversation, I guess, and just keep it a buck.
Good luck.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. So, all right. I think that was it for the Listener Matters. Don't forget you can send us questions at Michel Matters, or text us, or you see us out. Just say something.
Yes.
So yeah.
Let's move on to the business spotlight.
We're flawed, but we're still perfect for each other. Yeah. Sometimes I thought we'd never see the light. We went through hell with heaven on our side. This beach ain't always been no paradise, but nightmares only last one night.
Okay, so for this episode's business spotlight, I wanted to shout out Kri8ed GFX. It's a company that they do a little bit of everything. I mostly use or know them for their screen printing, embroidering, any type of design that you want to put on anything. Like I've seen them do things from coffee mugs to custom car wraps. Like,
what?
Yeah, he wrapped the car and it looked pretty cool. He wrapped it in gold.
What
gold.
Kind of
Huh?
What kind of car?
I don't want to get it wrong, but I think it was either a Mustang. I want to say it was a Mustang or a Camaro. One of the two. I can't remember. But yeah, he does good work. Real prompt. He'll deliver once the order is ready. Good people. He actually does all of my basketball team, pretty much everything that we get. And even if we buy, so like usually we get stuff from Nike from when we buy a certain amount of things, and they'll just send a plane. I'm like, oh, send it to Jovi. Let me say the name, but send it to Kri8ed GFX.
Yeah.
And he'll stitch it up for me. He does custom football jerseys, but all types of like anything print.
Right. Or graphic related.
Yeah, print or graphic related. He can handle it. Dude's super creative. I'll put all of his socials because they spell Kri8ed Kri, the number 8 ED, and then GFX GFX.
Yes. That'll be below.
Yeah, I'll add all of that. It actually is in conjunction with it's just the Kri8ed brand. They do photography and videography. We shouted out Kri8ed Visuals a couple episodes ago.
It's like sister companies.
Yeah, it's like, just an umbrella. Kri8ed their umbrella.
Right.
They're a team. So,
and I actually knew him a long time ago.
Yeah, way before me.
Yeah.
And it's just funny how life worked, right?
Yeah. Like back in middle school.
So I don't remember how I started using them. And then I think I was talking to...
I feel like I told you about him. No?
Maybe. No, I think it was probably Gene.
Yeah, the friend, yeah.
Yeah, and we... he's like, oh yeah, he can do that. And I started off just with a summer camp t-shirt. And I think we were running like 4 or 5 years deep giving him service.
Yeah.
So I haven't had any complaints.
Yeah.
And if anything, he handled it real quick. So
if you have a family reunion.
Yep.
If you have
summertime, baby. Family reunion.
all of that.
Yeah, baby shower. Anything. So
high school reunion.
He do it all. He does something I really like was Letterman jackets. If you ever graduate and get your Letterman jacket, he can work something up for you, man. Real good prices too.
Okay.
So yeah.
Shout out to him.
You got anything else?
No, I'm just ready for this trip.
Yeah, me too. Have a nice little weekend. All right, you guys. See you.
When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. That just might work. That just might work.